has $2 Tuesdays at WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com, where you can get the hottest handicappers, best bet, or daily package for only $2.
Hey guys, welcome in and a very happy Tuesday to you here. Can't believe it, January the 18th, and we got some great college basketball games coming up tonight. We're going to break down a few of them for you, and we're going to do it with three of our favorite college basketball handicappers at WagerTalk.com. Ralph Michaels in the house, fresh off a William and Mary loss. That would be Steve Merrill, and of course Dave Koken joining us here. Serves you right for going to the game, Merrill. Ralph, happy Tuesday. Welcome in, my friend. Great card here tonight. What do you got locked and loaded over at WagerTalk.com for us?
Well, 3 college basketball plays, but I really want to use this time to remind people that the Gold Sheet College Basketball Stat Sheet, a fabulous resource breaking down teams in their last 5 games, common opponents, average lines, average scores. I post the update each day on my Twitter, but you can get the next day on my homepage, wt.buzz/RM. Go there every day, get the next day's printout to start working on those college games in advance. And as always, with the Gold Sheet and Wager Talk stat sheets and guides, absolutely free.
Gotta love it, guys. Make sure you're telling them at Cal Sports LV on Twitter. Check it out. And Steve Merrill, my man, what is going on? Sorry about the William and Mary list. I really did think they were going to go undefeated this year. Exactly what do you got ready to go here tonight at WagerTalk.com?
Yeah, your definition of undefeated must be different than mine because they were 0-12 against Division I opponents from the conference play. But what you meant was undefeated in the conference, I believe. And we felt that way as well. They were 2-0, 3 postponements, and then they have a 20-plus point lead against Madison Saturday, and they lose in overtime. And boy, in hindsight, guys, sometimes we overthink things. I stayed off the 2 games last night because the line wasn't where I thought it should be. It didn't matter. You just can't encompass sometimes the letdown factor. William Mary Madison played a 95-91 overtime game Saturday. Madison came back from a 24-point deficit, as I mentioned. Madison goes to Elon yesterday and loses by 23 as a 3-point road favorite to a 2-win Elon squad. William Mary at home loses by 22 points to Towson, who's a very good team, actually. So it just shows how you have to factor in those intangibles and sometimes just throw the power ratings out the window. In hindsight, not a surprise those 2 teams were flat. Overall, number 1 still in college basketball. Didn't have anything last night. We'll have something tonight on Tuesday at WagerTalk.com. Number 1 in college hoops the past 2 years combined since I joined WagerTalk.com. And don't forget, last chance to get 3 days for $49. That special is still on my page right now. 3 days all sports for just $49. Steve Merrill, WagerTalk.com.
Love it. Guys, make sure you head over there. And also make sure you visit Dave Koken, fresh off a 3-0 day yesterday. Congratulations, Dave. And I understand we're celebrating with a $9 best bet today here on Tuesday.
Well, yeah, I had the best bet yesterday on the Rams, but it had been up for a few days, so it was at the regular price. I couldn't lower it to $9 on Monday because a bunch of people had already bought it over the weekend. So I didn't have a $9 play yesterday. So we decided that, well, got a best bet going in college basketball for Tuesday night. Let's make that the $9 play for this week. So that game's up now. I also have one other game, which I'll actually talk about here in the best bet segment. That's a free play. I haven't put up any hockey yet. I don't know that I'm going to have anything tonight. NHL's been really, really good. But I like the best bet quite a bit in college basketball tonight, so I think that's worth checking out.
All right, $9, guys. 3 ways to make it a profitable evening over at WagerTalk.com. Let us start here with game number 1 we're going to talk about. Head over to the Big 12. Nice battle here between Kansas and Oklahoma in Norman. I believe 144.5 is an opening total. 3.5 Kansas will be the road favorite here. Ralph, tell me, what do you think about the Jayhawks and the Sooners tonight?
Well, you would think 5 games into the Big 12 season, we would know what to expect from Oklahoma, but I really don't. You look at the road losses, the Baylor, Texas, and TCU. The TCU game was a game that went into overtime. The home wins against teams, not the upper echelon, although Iowa State's certainly impressing people, and a win against Kansas State. The one thing when you watch the Oklahoma Sooners is I hope you like turnovers. They are a bad team on offense. They turn the ball over offense. And we see the Mosier defense now where they are forcing turnovers on defense. So you are going to get a lot of turnovers in the game from both sides. The reason I can't get to the Kansas side is simply this. Remy Martin has missed 3 of the last 4 games. He only played 12 minutes in the Texas Tech game. He, of course, the Arizona State transfer point guard, and he didn't play the West Virginia game. Now, they played well. So coach said he was day-to-day. Now he's listed as doubtful. So without the point guard against this type of pressing defense, I can't go the Oklahoma side. And when you look at Oklahoma, who they faced, they have only faced 2 top 40 defenses. They lost to Texas by 14. They lost to Baylor by 10. Kansas certainly fits that category. Kansas is a up-tempo team, but when you look at their road numbers, while they are number 70 overall, they're closer to 150 on the road in tempo. And without the point guard, I think that slows it down even more. The last 3 in the series, 69-62, 75-68, 63-59. Color me the under in this one. I think this line's 4 or 5 points too high based on what Kansas has done against some opponents.
Good stuff. You know, I love the quote from Coach Moser. Takes a page out of Bobby Knight's book and says, you know, the best motivator on turnovers, the bench. But he doesn't have that luxury right now, apparently, Steve Merrill. So what do you think? You think Oklahoma can straighten it out here and take down Kansas at home?
Yeah, I mean, turnovers are always a concern, and Oklahoma's definitely having turnover problems. In fact, going back to that William Mary Madison game, William Mary turned the ball over like 8 out of 10 possessions in the second half when they had the lead still. That's what did them in. So it's the same with football. You know, if you could tell me the turnover margin in an NFL game ahead of time, I could hit probably 90% against the spread. College hoops the same way. With that said, though, I do think at home, when you can dictate the slower tempo like Oklahoma wants to play, they'll be a little bit more comfortable. And Ralph pointed out how Kansas has played slower on the road this year, but I think part of the reason is because, once again, home teams are better at dictating the tempo. And yes, they beat your Oklahoma State Cowboys, Joe Raineri, as a road favorite, but they did lose at Texas Tech back on January 8th as a 7-point road favorite, lost outright by 8. Texas Tech plays even slower than Oklahoma. So I like the Sooners in the matchup. The point guard, the turnover situation is a concern. But look at Kansas. They have forced 12 turnovers or less in each of their past 4 games. In fact, you have to go all the way back to their last game of December when they've had more than 14 turnovers forced in any of their past 5 games. So not really pressuring that much even when they play fast. This will be a slower tempo on the road. I like Oklahoma in this spot tonight.
All right, liking Oklahoma at home. How about it, Dave? You got a little love for the dog in this one?
Not love. I like the dog a little bit, but not enough to bet it. Look, you know what you're going to get out of Oklahoma, which they're going to turn the ball over. That's been a problem all year. Where they need to improve is on the mid-range shots, post-up opportunities. They have not been good in that area. I made the game about 4.5, so I don't. There's no chance I'm playing the game. I do like the spot, however, for Texas. I beg your pardon, for Oklahoma. They're coming home off 2 road losses. This is a really big game for them. Look, they've lost 3 of their last 4. They're going to fall out of contention in the Big 12 if they can't get things going in these next 2 home games against Kansas and Baylor. So I will give a shaky vote of confidence to Oklahoma in this matchup, but it's not something I can actually put money on.
Okay. Kansas OU tonight, Big 12 matchup. We're going to head over to the ACC, and another powerhouse here is Duke taking on Florida State. 9 o'clock Eastern time tip here. 144.5 is an opening total, with Duke opening up as a 5-point favorite here. And boy, oh boy, they dominating the paint, certainly in that last game there, Steve Merrill, against North Carolina State. Question is, will they be able to do that against Florida State on the road here? Who you got in this one?
Yeah, Florida State's D's been really good at home. They're giving up less than 40% overall from the field at home this season, 6-1 straight up, but they're just 3-4 in those games. They've played some cupcakes overall. This obviously be a huge step up in class now as a home dog. I do like Florida State in this game, though. I think Duke is a very dangerous team. The key will be if Florida State can slow them down a little bit. Duke likes to play fast, obviously. They like to score down low, like you said, against NC State. Florida State, medium tempo. They kind of can play both ways. I'm afraid Duke might speed them up a little bit. That is my concern in this game. But I think it's a good spot to take a quality home dog here in a conference matchup. They just beat Miami by 1 in the previous home game, then went up to Syracuse, got it done as a road dog. I think that's a good sign. I like Florida State in this one. I think it goes down to the wire. Might even pull the upset, but I definitely like him getting a handful of points here.
Yeah, Dave, did you agree with this line? What did you have it here against these Seminoles for Duke?
I made Duke 3, so it's pretty close. The key in this game is, for me, how well Duke shoots the free ball, because they're going to get looks against Florida State's defense. Florida State will allow, and they have allowed, high-quality threes all year long. If Duke's hitting them, Florida State's going to have trouble. Otherwise, who knows? I mean, you could see an upset here. Florida State is they're not as good as Duke, but they're playing real good ball. I've had them a couple of times recently where they've come through. I had them against Syracuse in their last game. Had them against Louisville as well, where they won that game. So I've been on a nice roll with this team, but it's just too close for me to call. I think Florida State covers, but I don't like them to win the game outright. And for me, when the line's in this range, if I don't think the dog's going to win outright, I'm not going to bet the game. So I'll call it a lean on Florida State, but that's it.
Yeah, I believe Malik Osborne, a leading rebounder for Florida State, out in this one here, Ralph. They could certainly use that against the bigs here for Duke. How do you see this going down tonight?
Yeah, not only top rebounder at over 7 per game, number 2 in minutes played, and their number 2 scorer. I think he's a tremendous loss. I look at this Florida State team, and I am not impressed. They have played 5 top 60 defenses, but nobody in the top 39. The best defense they have faced so far this season was the number 39 defense. How did they do against those other top 60 defenses? Lost by 16, lost by 28, lost to South Carolina, lost by 22, and beat Louisville. Now they're facing the best defense they faced, number 19 in Duke. You look at the matchup. Without Malik Osborne in there, Banchero can stretch it. Florida State likes to pack it in. They give up the threes. With Banchero being able to stretch those bigs out, I think it opens up the middle. Duke's actually my best bet and a play that I bet and is on my card for my clients.
All right, good stuff there. Duke, Florida State, big ACC battle. Should be a lot of fun. We got another big ACC battle, too, tonight. And this one, not too far down the road here, as the University of Miami, the U, get ready to host North Carolina. And Carolina opened up as a small favorite here, 2.5 on the road, 159.5 as a total in this one, Dave. And I believe Bacot is back now for North Carolina, so the bigs are ready. Miami is not terribly big. They haven't played since losing in that last second to Florida State. What do you think we get from the Hurricanes here tonight?
Miami was really rolling, though, and I'm not sure a 1-point loss is going to have that much of an impact on them. They're really good in transition. They don't turn the ball over. They're an excellent foul shooting team. They're just a solid squad. Now, they do have problems on the board. They're not good on the glass, and that could be an issue here. They're not good on either end of the court as far as rebounding is concerned. So that is a concern. But I really do think it's a close game. I like the form of North Carolina. I like the form of Miami as well. I think it's a real toss-up. I made the game North Carolina 1. So to me, this is one of those games you want to watch, but don't have high expectations. You got to pick the winner going in. I think this is a real coin flip.
Yeah, I mean, Ralph, the size difference, it jumps off the page. I mean, they don't have a lot of size, Miami, and yet North Carolina, the big men are back. So how do you have this one going down tonight?
Yeah, well, North Carolina wins the board. There's no question. But, Dave mentioned how Miami was on a roll, 9 straight wins. And can you explain the Florida State loss? Absolutely. They went into Cameron, beat Duke on Saturday. Then 2 days later, they back-to-back road games against an in-state rival. there had to be a little bit of a letdown. I really like this team. Joe, remember last year on the college basketball show, we'd be lining up to bet against Miami because they didn't have anyone to line up. They had 7 players playing and everybody was hurt. Well, what do they have coming back? Okay, you have Isaiah Wong, who's a 3-year starter, has started all 17 games, tested the NBA waters, decided to come back. You have McGutsy, a 5-year starter who has started every game. He tested the NBA waters, came back. You have Wardbury, a 3-year starter. And then what happens? You had Charlie Moore, a 3-year starter the last 2 years at DePaul. And you have Jordan Miller, a 4-year starter the last 3 years at George Mason. To have this type of team, and the starters play a lot. The starters play almost 70% of the minutes. So if you're live betting and you see their starters get into foul trouble, then there's a situation to fade them. If they come out of the first half fine, I am a fan of this Miami team, and we'll see Larinaga doing the Ollie Shuffle in the locker room after the game tonight.
Yeah. It should be noted, too, here, Steve, that Miami's been out-rebounded in every game they played against a Power 5 team. So they're 6-2 in those games, by the way. They're also 8-1 at home here this year. So they do play well. They're coming off of this break, much needed. What do you think about the Hurricanes upending North Carolina tonight?
Yeah, one thing we've seen is that teams have been off for a week or two, come out, for the most part, have come out really good offensively. So I think the break, the 6 days off here will help the Hurricanes. They haven't had offensive problems for the most part. The problem has been the defense, and that is where North Carolina holds a substantial edge tonight. They give up about 43% shooting. Miami gives up about 46%. But as you said, Joe, Hurricanes have been much stronger at home this year, 8-1 straight up versus just 5-3 away. North Carolina's been weaker on the road. They're 9-0 at home. They're just 3-4 straight up in road and neutral games this season. So I do think we get a live home underdog in this game, and I like Miami plus the points. The defense and the size, a little bit of concern, but I think that's offset by some strong offense. Rested team at home, strong home court. Your front row home court seats will be nice tonight, Joe, when you're at this game. Take the Miami Hurricanes plus the points.
I love it. All right, going with the Canes here tonight to get it done with Coach Larinaga. We'll see here, guys. Should be a fun one. All 3 of these games should actually be extremely interesting here tonight and should be fun. So plenty of other games on tap here, Ralph. Kick us off here. Is there one you like a little more than the rest here tonight?
Well, I don't want to disappoint everyone. I will have a 200-plus team on Thursday when I'm on the show. I'm going to go with Duke simply because I bet it. I gave it out to my clients. It's one of my 3 plays today, and I feel it's that strong. So I want to give people the best, and that's what I feel is. I am on Duke minus the points.
All right, he's back in Duke, man, getting it done here tonight against Florida State. What about you, Steve? No William and Mary on tap, so now you're screwed. Where you going?
Yeah, I can't go to a 300 team for Ralph because there's no Tribe playing tonight. In hindsight, should have played against them last night, though, as we talked about. Going to look at a game, one of the big games we just talked about here on the show today, and I like Miami of Florida plus the points as the live home dog here. North Carolina has been weaker on the road this year, just 3-4 straight up when not playing on their strong home court. Miami's been very strong at home, 8-1 straight up, and we get them as a live home dog here tonight. I like the fact they've been off for a full week, extra preparation time for Larinaga and company. And offenses with the rest usually come out and shoot pretty well. So this is a strong Miami offense. I think the defense will play better tonight also with the rest. Live home dog tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern. Miami Hurricanes plus the 2.5. I'm sorry, 7 o'clock Eastern. Early tip, 7 Eastern. Miami Hurricanes plus 2.5.
Yep, getting it done here tonight. And, guys, just a quick reminder, Dave's best bet today, $9 in college hoops over at WagerTalk.com. What game you got for us here, Dave?
I'm going to go to a game in the MAC between Bowling Green and Northern Illinois. And this is kind of an insight into kind of the way I approach things. Bowling Green's lost 4 out of 5. They're missing a couple of players. Northern Illinois is coming off 2 nice wins. The Ken Palm line, which the odds makers definitely take a look at when they're projecting, putting up numbers, they make Bowling Green only 5. And yet the line opens 6.5 and has gone up to 7 in some spots. Well, that got my attention right away. Why would they put Bowling Green higher than the Ken Palm rating with players injured and with their current form being bad and with the other team's form being good? Well, a little deeper look into the games. Bowling Green probably should have won their last game. Shot quality indicates they should have won that game. Both the Northern Illinois wins probably should have been losses. They happen to pull out. I think the odds makers are telling you which side is the right side in this game, and I agree with them. I laid the 6.5 with Bowling Green for a free play today, so obviously I'll use it here for the best bet. Bowling Green Falcons minus the points.
Great stuff there, guys. Also, right up at Dave's page, along with that $9 best bet over at WagerTalk.com. All right, let's take a look at our friends from the Gold Sheet, see what they've got in store for us here tonight. They are looking at the Manhattan, actually. They're taking Manhattan over Niagara, and they like the over in this matchup. And this full write-up, guys, you can check it out each and every day after the show here, all our Gold Sheet plays of the day. This full write-up gets posted on our Twitter page over at Wager Talk. So make sure you guys check that out. And then, of course, do yourself a favor. Make sure you check out goldsheet.com. Great handicapping tools, great write-ups on all the games found over at goldsheet.com. All right, I'm in the mood to watch paint dry tonight, so I'm going to take the under in Baylor, West Virginia. I don't know how either of these teams get the set. Has anybody found Baylor's offense? Anybody? They're still looking for it. Two teams that play amazing defense. West Virginia plays better defense at home. Baylor is talking to themselves right now. I'll take the under 138 tonight. Baylor, West Virginia. And to recap, guys, we've got Ralph Michaels, Duke, laying the 5 here tonight. We've got Steve Merrill taking the Canes, the U, plus 2.5 here against North Carolina. Dave likes Bowling Green, laying the 6.5. I'm going to go under 138 tonight, Baylor, West Virginia. And our friends at the Gold Sheet, they like Manhattan laying the 1.5 against Niagara, and they do like the over 136. And do yourself a favor, guys, head over to WagerTalk.com, visit Ralph's page, visit Steve Merrill, visit Dave Koken. A lot of plays up there tonight, some best bets available right now for you. No reason not to make it a profitable Tuesday over at WagerTalk.com. On behalf of Ralph, Steve, and Dave, guys, best of luck with your plays tonight. We appreciate the time. Good luck. Come back and join us again tomorrow. We'll do it all over again. We'll see you then.
Why pay the regular price when you can save money on every purchase with WagerBucks at both WagerTalk and Sports Memo? WagerBucks are now eligible for use on not just daily, 3-day, and 7-day passes, but all long-term and seasonal packages up to 1 full year. There are tons of options available for every budget and size of bettor. From low as $100 gets $110, all the way up to $2,500 gets you $3,000. Save every day on every pick you buy with WagerBucks.